Hi there everyone, welcome back to the Missoula Marathon training class videos. Today we are going to be talking about resistance bands and the workouts that go along with them. So resistance bands are probably one of the most inexpensive training tools any runner can purchase. They're great because any runner can do it, whether you're a beginner or advanced. Regardless of where you're at in your training, they'll certainly give your muscles a pretty good challenge. Resistance bands are great because you can target really any body part or muscle without putting added pressure onto your joints. So you can target major muscle groups you use while you're running, like your legs or your glutes. But resistance band workouts are great for targeting smaller muscles as well, that usually act as stabilizers when we're running. There are tons of resistance band workouts runners can add to their routine. I will be providing a list of websites where you can kind of see people doing different exercises and kind of determine what might be a good fit for you. So I'd like to add that resistance bands are great, especially in this day and age when we don't have access to a gym. They're really the perfect tool for a home gym. They're small, they're inexpensive, and they're really great at strengthening our bodies. So you might be asking me, why do we need to use resistance bands, or why should we use resistance bands? So in the last video, I talked about how adding strength training to your routine is a great way to help reduce your risk of injury. And resistance bands are a great way to add lightweight exercises to your routine. So when we're running, it's a really repetitive movement that can cause muscle imbalances. So generally when we're running, we get really good at running and those muscles get really strong, but we forget to focus on other muscles that might help us run and help us keep us injury free. So those muscle imbalances do often lead to injury. As your training ramps up, it's really important to address any imbalances with strength work. And resistance bands are a great inexpensive tool to help build that really foundational strength. So there's so many different types of resistance bands on the market. They differ in shape, size, color, and the level of resistance they provide. So there's a few main categories. So here I have a looped band. These are generally shorter and thinner. Sometimes they're called mini bands or TheraBands. And they're really great at targeting, maybe smaller areas of your body. You can loop around your ankles, your knees to do some work. And then you also have non-loop bands, and those come with or without handles. They're generally longer, they're generally thicker, which means they also have an increased level of resistance. So if you're just starting out, you might opt for a looped band rather than a non-loop band. So then color and resistance level usually go hand in hand, but it does differ from, brands and manufacturers. So here I have two bands. In the brand I have, the yellow is a little bit thinner. It's easier to use. So when I'm just starting in a training program, I always opt for the yellow band. And then I have this red one here, which is increased resistance, which you might be able to see in the video. So these resistance bands do come in all different shapes and sizes with different purposes. It really depends on the manufacturer. But regardless of what brand you purchase, if you decide this is a good tool for you, the boxes will say on the back what their intended use is and purpose, and they will describe the shape, size, color, and level of resistance that they provide. So resistance band workouts they're great. They're one of the best tools you can have to keep strength training in your routine, especially if you can't have access to a gym like right now. They're really inexpensive. And like I was saying earlier, they can really target any muscle group without putting that extra strain on your joints. So I will attach a link, like I said earlier, to some examples of types of resistance bands workouts you guys could add to your running routine. And again, if you guys have any questions or comments on any type of exercise, anything we've talked about, please leave a comment in the the comments below, or you can send me an email. All right, guys, thanks for watching.